A judge will decide whether to drop a case involving a gun maker and the families impacted by the Sandy Hook tragedy.
The gun company says it is protected by federal law, but some of the families who brought the wrongful death suit say there's also an exception on their side.
News 8's Stephanie Simone live this morning at the courthouse in Bridgeport with the details of this case. Good morning, Stephanie.
Hey, good morning, Keith and Laura. Yeah, there are two sides to this story here. Now, the gun maker says that a federal law protects them from lawsuits like this, but the families argue that there is an exception to that federal law. Now, back in December of 2012, investigators found that the shooter used an AR-15 rifle to kill 20 first graders and 6 educators at the Sandy Hook Elementary School. Now, some of the families have since filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the gun maker. So today, the Freedom Group, a parent company of AR-15 maker Bushmaster Firearms, is asking the judge to drop the case. Attorneys argue they are protected by a 2005 federal law which shields the gun manufacturers from lawsuits when someone uses one of their weapons in a crime. But the attorneys for some of the families impacted argue this lawsuit is allowed under an exception to that law, and they argue this gun is just too dangerous to sell to the public. Here's what one father said about the case yesterday.
He spent that entire time hiding in a box of t-shirts in a supply closet, and he heard every round. And one of his first questions to me was, how many people were there, Dad? How many were there? And I said, there was one guy.
The families are seeking monetary compensation and other court actions against the company in this case. And the Bridgeport Superior Court judge will hear both sides of the argument later this afternoon. We're live in Bridgeport this morning. Stephanie Simone, News 8.